Congratulations. I understand you just finished Mr. Appliance training graduation. Wanted to talk with you a little bit about how long you have been recruiting to get the necessary people in place for launching your Mr. Appliance business, and why you've been, really passionate about that for so long now.
Well, I mean, as we discussed this week in the meeting, you're always recruiting. You never stop recruiting. Even when you have a full staff, you continue to recruit. Mr. Appliance has been something that I had a love for and a passion for about 5 or 6 years now. About 5.5 years ago, when I was an Aaron's franchisee, I visited Mr. Appliance for the Discovery Day. I had seen the Undercover Boss show and was so intrigued and impressed by that that it interested me then. The following day, believe it or not, I picked up a trade magazine called A-Pro, and I turned the page, and on the first page there's Mr. Appliance. So I thought, okay, this is telling me something. So I picked up the phone, I called Brad, and we started a relationship. He's a franchise vice president, so we talked many times and became friends. And I made the trip down, spent a few days here, got to know some of the people, Robert in particular, and we had breakfast together and discussed the possibilities. But at that time, I had actually brought my son-in-law with me, and I decided to wait a while, or just, things happen in life, and I was unable to get the franchise open at that time. So I went back to Roanoke and proceeded on in business, but I never lost the passion or the desire or the interest to become a Mr. Appliance for many reasons. I was very impressed with the company in whole, but I was even more impressed with the people that I met. I like servicing people, I like doing good things for people and being able to complete a task or a day and look back and feel like I've helped someone. So the passion never left me. 6 years later, my wife and I are talking, and she says, look, this is just not going to die in you. You are continually talking about Mr. Appliance and the appliance business, go do it. So I picked up the phone and called, and we started the talks again. Everything lined up, and I decided then that the first thing was good people. As I said earlier, recruiting is everything. My wife and I developed a small business where we were doing some service work at a place called Daleville Town Center in Daleville, right outside of Roanoke, Virginia. Billy Judge, who is with me in the meeting this week, is the service manager there. I began talking to Billy over the last 2 years, and the more I talked to him, I realized he not only had repair abilities and technical ability, but he was a very smart guy. He liked tinkering, he liked fixing things, and we talked continuously throughout the last couple of years. So again, I'm always looking for good people and recruiting. So I asked Billy some qualifying questions over the year, and I found out that not only was he a good repairman, but he was a good people person. Just watching him interact with the residents around the town center. It's an upscale town apartment complex in the Roanoke area there. I was very impressed with the way Billy handled people and the challenges that he had throughout any given week, which can be a lot of pressure, but he handled it well. So after talking to Billy further, I realized that he had management ability and had the potential to be, a partner or an owner one day. So that's when I decided to have Billy come to Waco with me. So I called and asked, would it be okay if I brought my lead technician with me? And after spending this week here, I definitely believe it was a great decision.